I feel like blaze and blaze and blaze their lives. Set fire upon the wicked and the bad mind. Jealousy they hide and keeps on leaking to their vibes. You can never put a limit on a man who touches sky.
Right here on the Matter Drive, that's a brand new artist, a brand new track. He goes by the name of Pollard. As in Karen Pollard, yeah. That kind of vibe. Pollard. My brother, what's up?
Everything cool, man. Goofy, you know what it is.
A day. What about you?
Everything cool. Just trying to stay healthy, you know, we in a situation, but positive vibes only, man.
Stay low. Well, to start with, I mean, they told me about this interview this morning, and I was trying to do as much research as I could. So when I went on your IG page, I saw a bunch of flags. Jamaica flag, Trinidad flag, United States flag. So where exactly do you represent, or where you're from, that kind of thing?
So I was born in the Bronx originally.
Okay.
Mom's is Jamaican, so I grew up in Jamaica a bit. Pops is Guyanese, so, you know, moved around to Guyana, grew up there a little bit. And then because of my pop's job, we eventually landed in Trinidad, where I spent 13 years of my life.
Okay.
So
you have a bit of a dancehall flavor, you have a little bit of a soca flavor,
Mm-hmm.
you have a hip-hop flavor too, growing up, being born in New York, and that all came together. So are you primarily, because I'm watching the IG, a senior in studios. What studio in right now? Because if in a big studio there.
yeah, we in Premier and Quad Studios right now in the heart of New York.
So Quad Studios. So for those of you who may
Studios.
not know, that studio is famous, or maybe infamous at times, for where Tupac got shot, but everybody who is somebody in the hip-hop community at some point has recorded there. It's in the middle of New York. Massive studio. He's there right now. When I look at your IG, I see you with Busta Rhymes, I see you with this one, that one. You understand? So you're doing big things.
Of course, how to represent, man.
So are you primarily a producer? Are you a engineer? What exactly is your role?
So
How you started is what I really want to ask, yeah.
all of the above, but I mainly started as a producer.
Okay.
And then eventually, you know, I wanted to get into the craft a little bit more deeper and start getting my hands on with the science of the music. So I started my path with the engineering. You know, in between that would be doing a little dibble daddle, start doing artistry, writing songs, trying to get placements. And eventually when I left Trinidad, I decided to start school over here, which for engineering.
Okay.
And, you know, I just graduated from NYU, so I started to move along that path, and then that skill got me into the rooms with these big artists.
Because I'm not going to ask that. How being wanting to be a producer, wanting to be an engineer doesn't necessarily mean you're going to end up in these massive studios with these artists. It's a long road from one place to the next.
It's not guaranteed. It's basically, you know, all about you as a person, how you speak, how you move, your energy. Everything starts with energy.
Okay.
So the connections that I made with these big artists all started with conversations with people who knew them, and eventually, you know, you get put in a room and it's last minute. You're never told when it's going to happen. And basically, you're going to have to just jump and swim in the water when they throw you in, you know?
So tell me some of the artists that you've worked with. Of course, I saw Busta Rhymes. I saw some of his conglomerate, the artists that under his umbrella. Who else did you work with?
So Busta Rhymes, French Montana, Gunna,
really?
Young Thug. The list is a long list. Of course, you know, you go on the IG, I have everything documented, posted, so people could see and just, you know, see how the progress was made.
And these artists you're calling here, did you engineer their songs, or did you also have production credits? Exactly what did you do with them?
So engineer, production credits, and, you know, sometimes, well, these artists, of course, I'm not involved with any songwriting, but some of the artists with different genres.
I know it is in a studio, sometimes they might just say, you need to say this line like this, so you might just change on a line to make it flow better. I know how that goes.
Yeah, but you know, in New York is a pride. We don't do the ghostwriting stories, especially in the hip hop.
Oh, they would admit at least. Let me ask you the obvious question here. So you ever dabbled in a soca?
You know, I always wanted to, you know, as an artist, no, but as a producer, I started off doing soca when I was in Trinidad, doing my undergrad, you know, in UE, just hearing the culture, and, you know, you just want to get involved with the vibes. But that's my producer side. As an artist, I never got into writing a soca.
What year you left Trinidad?
I left Trinidad 2018.
Oh, recently?
Recently,
yeah. Okay. I don't know. Like, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
and you've made it in what, 3 years? You have made it to that is quite a feat. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. That's hard work, perseverance, and as you say, good energy. We have an artist here in the corner here, you know, you could come and talk to the artist now when the man finishes the man big studio next year, reach out New York and they talk. Didn't come now. Never hear what ding though. Big artist, you know.
Ding no.
And the voice was to recording right through. So these studio tracks that you have here, we just played one. Guilty, and then you have Blaze.
Right.
So how did these two tracks come about? Is it just you exploring your creative side, that artist side of yourself, or did you produce them as well?
All tracks produced by me.
How do you as an artist critique yourself?
That's the thing. I would be real with myself, but I would also have a strong team who would tell me, no, I can't afford to have any yes men around me. So I've always been criticized very hardly throughout my music career. And I have no regrets for that, because I wouldn't be where I am today without the people that support me and, you know, kept it real all these years. So I would basically record. Of course, I have the confidence in myself to make songs and do what I think sounds contemporary and up to time. And, you know, once records are finished, before we, you know, the process I do, once I produce, I finish record a reference, I would then send it out and get opinions. And if I feel that everybody is on the same page, then, you know, we approach down that direction.
I ask because I know it's one thing for you to critique someone else's work, whether it be art, whatever it is, maybe you should have done that. But then to write, because you wrote those songs yourself.
Of course.
So you in charge of your whole destiny here. You wrote the song, you produce the track, you obviously have to engineer your own voice and hear yourself play back. You understand? And put all this together and say, boy, this good boy. And I don't know if self-doubt ever creeps in. If you just, I don't know if that being unsure how that process works now. So that's why I'm asking.
Self-doubt for me would be, if to be honest, I will always say your development as an artist, you only know you're developing when you start to throw away songs.
Okay.
Because your music, anything a person creates is like their baby, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you would cherish it as such. So the minute you could start throwing away songs and saying, nah, this ain't it, and you keep it real to yourself, that's when you know you have something in you that is making you have good judgment. Okay. So I'm saying, and yeah, being around the people that I'm around, especially over here, I kind of learn exactly what flies and what can make the cut. You know what I'm saying?
Especially too in being that hip hop, that genre of music you're in, and that environment is a very aggressive environment. You have to go fit. Yes, and you can't have no kind of room to have step and sell out, especially the shoulders that you're rubbing with. I mean, this is big artists, this is talented artists, this is men who do it. So you can't come around here, well, I ain't know and I ain't sure. You want to come with it too, you know? So I suppose that rubbed off on you. And also doing my research as well, I see that you did some interviews some years back with Kimberly. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to the Queen, and I would always be grateful to even have the experience or to even share that experience with her, because when I was down in Trinidad, she did the interview with me before I left in 2018. I was around June, I believe.
Okay.
And then when she was interviewing me, you know, I was telling her all my aspirations. That was just before I end up coming over here to go to school, so for the engineering. And it would have been very heartwarming to actually let her see the progress, because she would have been like, wow, you know what I'm saying?
She still has Kimberly to this day still has a lot of fans out there. She and Kimberly I've worked with her. I know the kind of interviews that she gave. She and I did interviews together as well. So I could well imagine what your experience when you went that did I interview with her. So yeah, rest in peace to Kimberly, man. Same way. But yeah. So these two songs, what genre you say? Because this one is more like not necessarily hip hop per se. It's like an R&B hip hop kind of vibe. The other track is what exactly?
So Guilty is more of a pop record. The way that record originated, I was producing for a friend of mine's, Furman Suero Jr., aka Sincerely ADHD. He's a vocal producer signed under Cucarell. You know, he done records with Dua Lipa, pop records.
Yeah.
So the vibe of that record was hip hop pop, but you know, he did the chorus, he did the first verse, and then he was like, yo, I need like a little bit of aggression, some personality on this second verse, because I don't want to keep it, you know, singy. And that's where I came in. We wrote the record, and it was such a spontaneous vibe, because when producing over here, you got to be super fast. So I whipped up that beat like within 5 minutes. Okay. And we had the microphone ready, everything was set up, and I was like, yo, let's cut the verses right now. Why wait? And you know, he's a quick guy, so we basically had that song ready within an hour or two, and eventually had it sitting down, and it took like about 2 months tweaking things, kind of getting everything ready, because you know, this process is like watching paint dry. I tell people you can't rush it.
Can't rush it. There's no, you know, success don't come today for tomorrow at all in the music business. Anybody trying to do that is a fool. It don't work like 100. that. It don't work like that. Your name Pollard.
Pollard.
I'm assuming that's your real name.
That's my last name.
But that's your last name. So how you end up just stick with that boy, Pollard, yes? Yeah, and
this is the thing. This is the thing. Back in school, because I'm a Fatima boy.
Oh, me too.
You see what I'm saying? Connection, man. We everywhere. Yeah. So in school, you know, everybody used to call me Pollard by the last name. You know, that's the respect everybody would have been sharing. And I was watching that Damon Dash interview, and you know, he made a statement. He was like, yo, I don't do it for my first name, I do it for my last name.
Okay.
So that concept stuck in me, and I was like, yeah, I do it for my family. So I make sure anything that I put forward is not of selfish motives. It's for the people that support me and the people that I want to take care of. Because, you know, and I will give a shout out right now to my big bro Duke Pollard, to my young bro Chad Pollard, and my mom's, of course, that's Donna Grant Pollard. She was with me for the first interview. And, you know, the support system is very, very strong. So that's exactly why I went with that name.
Okay. So, Mrruffupdaspeaker, that's just a...
that is my engineering and producer moniker. That is the alias where whenever you're in the studio with me and people hear them, whenever I play beats or whenever I engineer, they say, what's your name? I say Mrruffupdaspeaker. They'd be like, oh yeah, all right. I definitely understand.
Yeah. Especially in a room like that you're in right now. Guys, if you're watching this here, you need to go and see it on YouTube when we post it. Big professional studio, not no corner of a man bedroom and he recording in the bathroom and the vocals echoing all about the place and the AC behind it. Nothing like that. Proper studio. If let me ask you, if someone who wants to record, who wants to enter the music game, or wants to just get in contact with you, could he just hit you up? How would someone get in contact with you?
They could hit me up on my Instagram at Mrruffupdaspeaker. And you know, I'm a very friendly person. I don't turn nobody away because I know how hard it is to come up, especially in this music game.
Yeah.
And you know, even a lot of people who produce, I tell them, I'm like, listen, when I have the privilege to be around certain artists, send me your beats, and I would you know, check them and make sure they're up to the quality, and I would give placements. I have a few placements for people.
Now, the reason I said I always believe in paying it forward. I know at some point in time someone would have helped you along your way, and I just saying, well, boy, it's always a good that you look back now and help somebody along their way and push them forward, whether it be somebody trying to get into engineering, somebody trying to get into artist, producer, whatever the case might be. You know, that vibes, and it's always good to see somebody, a son of the soil, where and you represent many places, but still you're from Trinidad, you went to school in Trinidad, and you turn around now and help somebody from Trinidad. Those things make real good stories. Is that feel good? You know, we helping one another now, and it's always that fight, no man, nobody, you think those are the stories that really get highlighted, is make the thing go better, and that's why I asked that. You dig?
Of course, man. You know, I would always say, a lot of Trinis are over here in New York. People will be surprised. I tell people there's an island of 1.6 million people, but everywhere you turn is a Trini.
Oh God, but you in the heart of the thing. You in the heart of the thing. You could go outside and right out to Trini by the corner. You in the source there. Touch and base with Pollard out in New York. He was born in New York. He moved to Jamaica. He moved to Guyana. He moved to Trinidad. He's now back in New York. Producer, engineer, artist, writer, wears many caps. We have him here right here live. We're gonna touch his next track. It's called Blaze. Yeah?
No, it's Guilty.
It's Guilty. Sorry, play Blaze first. This is Guilty. Yeah? We're gonna touch it right now. Dingers! Brand new from Pollard. Mr. Mrruffupdaspeaker. Let's go then.
I've been feeling guilty, popping.
Boy, kick hard, boy.
Daddy told me don't be silly, that shit f me up. That pain inside my gut, I'm about to throw it up. I wish I could slow it all down. How many times can you make the same mistakes? I never learn, I never learn, I never learn. I'm stuck inside the walls, inside a tiny place. So with these empty bottles, I ain't never had a chase. When I'm gonna stop now? I do not know. I was stopped, whoa, by the cops, whoa, with a lot, oh, in my sock, oh, another op, oh no, don't get shot, no. I've been feeling guilty, popping all these pillies. Daddy told me don't be silly, that shit f me up. That pain inside my gut, I'm about to throw it up. I wish I could slow it all down.
I believe you when you say you never leave. Couple months later, you started pack your things. You mean I wasn't there when you're in need? I was just about to get out of one knee, telling me the things I really do not need. I can't take any more of your selfish needs. Lost for all my words, I forgot how to breathe. Baby, take me back, I'm begging for you, please.
I've been feeling guilty, popping all these pillies. Daddy told me don't be silly, that shit f me up. That pain inside my gut, I'm about to throw it up. I wish I could slow it all down.
That's Guilty from Pollard. So again, make sure and follow him. It's Mr. Mrruffupdaspeaker on IG. That's Mrruffupda. 2 brand new tracks, Guilty and Blaze. We just touched Guilty. Yeah. Anything else, Mr. Mrruffupdaspeaker?
Oh, is all love. As I said, the last thing I want to say is big shout out to my bros again, Duke Pollard, Chad Pollard, to my mom's Donna Graham Pollard. Shout out to management, Gavin Padmore. Had to big up the Ojo family. Rest in peace, Queen, Kim, Goofy, Ding Dong. You know we doing. And big shout out to Tweez, man. You know that's
Come to the mic and talk with the man when the man asking for you. Get on so right.
Yeah, but I hear, but you know the things set up with the COVID and thing.
And last thing, one more thing.
Yeah.
One more thing. I'd give big respect to my Capital Market Elite Group family. They won strong, and the support from them, words can't describe.
Don's getting flames here on the IG. Call out somebody out in New York actually. Call out in New York saying flames. Yeah, plenty flames on the WhatsApp. Sorry. Yeah, that's Pollard. 2 brand new tracks again. Born in New York, grew up in Jamaica, grew up in Guyana, grew up in Trinidad, back in New York doing his thing. He wears many hats: producer, engineer, artist, songwriter, rubbing shoulders with the best. French Montana, Busta Rhymes, Gunna, anybody you can name, he has done it. Make sure and follow him on IG and check out his. So wait, before I go, they on Apple Music and whatnot on streaming platforms.
Yeah, everything is all distributed already. All streaming platforms, everything.
All right, so make sure and check out Pollard, Pollard. Make sure, you know we always say, buy and or stream the people and their music. Please don't go there and chuck no USB nowhere and be thieving the people and them thing. You understand? Make sure to support. Yeah.